First, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG, Infusion Light Energy Gain Technology Screens. I was wondering if my cat was going to jump up and run around because he usually does that. When I say something, he just whoop, runs all around. You know what I mean? Trying to act up. Daddy's occupied. All right, so, what am I sitting on? Is it just a massage chair? No, I'm sitting on everything else. I should not be sitting on. All right, there we go. So, as I said before, I didn't say before anything yet. We consider our product to be the top projection screens. Now, again, the reason why, because we have this insane gain that we engineered, we are blessed to have our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, that blessed us to have an amazing gain that allows our screens to be able to read outside at 350 to 300 lumens outside. We got to pull and direct sunlight. That's 100, about 100, from 100 to 120,000 lux of sunlight struck that projector and screen, and it pushed through. I can read it from 12 feet. As a matter of fact, I was out in the street talking to somebody, and they were looking at the same thing I was looking at, and the guy was, it's insane. It's picking up because the screen they use on that end for doing the movies and stuff, I know it's got to be about 8,000 lumens. From what I've seen in the demonstration, it's got to be roughly 8,000. So that'd be easy for us. Oh, by the way, that's the 15% sitting over there. I got to do a demonstration on that. That's the screen that alters and changes the color of the screen. But anyway, so yeah, our stuff is showing great promise, man. And mind you, we're still at 15%. We're not even done even testing yet. We're still figuring out exactly what this stuff can do. We got black versions of it. We got a green version of it. Got a blue version of it. And one's front, they're invisible. It's just so much stuff this stuff can do. It's just unbelievable. So, yeah. You know, like projecting the screen underwater. I thought this would be a cool way to do it by actually submerging the thing underwater, so that way we're not hitting the sides of the tanks. It's just pushing right to the water, making contact with the screen. Somebody's got an interesting idea what they want to do with that. There's something they're constructing and building. So that's why our technology is going to help a lot of people out on the stuff they want to design and build, because right now there's really no submersible screens that can do that right now, and that thing can do it in direct sunlight. So they can have the pond outside, you can have fish moving all through it. It wouldn't affect it. So I got some people working on some crazy blueprints. I think in the next couple of days, we're going to be signing a lot of NDAs, which means I can't talk about Jack on camera because I can get sued. But other than that, yeah, some people got some crazy ideas. They can work with this technology, things they can bring to life, and you're going to start seeing your world change a little bit. You're going to be going to restaurants and see floors torn into koi fish and all kinds of stuff, because our technology is going to lead the way for that. And that's the whole purpose, is to make things easier, besides all the joking and having fun and all that, but honestly, get down to it, to make things easier for people that are creating, building, designing, trying to do something on that next level but can't get there because they don't have the technology. Like I said, if it wasn't for these companies and things that we needed, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So it took somebody to come along and invent this stuff so we can invent what we got to invent. See how at the end of the day, this is where I try to explain to people that are making crappy products. You know, you don't bring anything to the table. You bring nothing to the table. Inventors need inventors. That's what we need. Inventors design something cool. Somebody takes it, they redesign it, they turn it into a better mousetrap. That person takes it, he turns it into a better mousetrap. Who benefits from that? Everybody benefits from that. It doesn't just stop at one thing. I passed off this earth and died. Someone will figure out how to make this thing better than what it is. It'll just keep going on and on. It improves other technology. But when you're on there, and people see it, everybody sees it, the posting of people's pictures and doxing addresses, that is so unprofessional. It's not even, it's just in the category of trolls. So you don't affect me in any way whatsoever, but you affect yourself. That's what you do. So like I said, the stuff we engineer and we design helps other companies out. You don't help anybody out. You cost people money, you cost people time, you cause people frustration. That's what you do. So your products really don't work. They're troll items. And that's what they consider to be troll items. The stuff we have here, that's what the people can do. There are people who want to do koi fish. You know how expensive koi fish are? They're extremely expensive. Not only is it expensive, the maintenance costs of those things are very expensive. But imagine if you can project koi fish in, of any kind that you want, even something super rare, you can put it in there. There's no problem whatsoever. This kind of stuff we're testing. Let me see something for a minute. Over here, and I still got to do this because I'm definitely going to have this screen out in the middle of a baseball field. Why not? I mean, it does it. I mean, we wanted to do something greater with it, so that's what we want to do. The next demonstration I want to do, I actually looked at the hook screws. I got the bag right there. The bag will fit my screen, one of those, but no problem because the bag is 36 by 48, so that'll fit my screen. I can take it out there. We're going to use the Epson projector at $16.50 because that's a cheap projector. We want to use that out there. And we're going to use these. I was trying to figure out how to get the screen to stay so it doesn't blow over. And those long stakes, what they call them. They have a hook on the end. I can hook the screen and push it down so the screen stay. It doesn't go anywhere. So that'd be fantastic. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And yeah, I've already ran this for you, the naysayers that feel like I want to report them to the city. Knock yourself out. And everybody at City Hall, like literally, they know exactly who I am. As a matter of fact, I got to go through the day and give my business card out so they can go click onto my card. So yeah, they know who I am. So yeah, good luck on that. But they know who you are, just so you know. Monday morning, I told you we got some business to take care of with the police involved in the other individual, and what the document we had done that we're taking care of that today. So you know that that's going to be taken care of today. Get that done. Because nobody has time for that nonsense. I got too much to do, and I can see on his YouTube channel he really does not doing anything. Do something, man. Build a birdhouse or something. Do something. But that's pathetic. It doesn't bother me. It hurts you in the long run. Any business that you're trying to start, 3D printing, whatever, it's you're done. You can't start anything. You have literally tainted your hands because who would want to buy something from somebody who docks his address and breaks the law? Nobody. You don't want to give you your credit. At that particular point, when you dox an address, you know how damaging that does to your freaking site at the end of the day? When you dox an address, no one will touch you with a credit card. Now, again, he'll sit there and say, he doxed mine. Dude, your address is public domain. Anyone can find it, literally. You made it public domain. So, anyone can find your address. That's it. It says right there on the website. If I dox your address, you could have a lawyer sue me by now. Why can't you have a lawyer sue me? Because even the lawyer can find it. So no. Addresses that we had under our paperwork, they're not connected to the paperwork. There's no documents connected to this building. You know why? Because I have a website. That's where the documents lay. I have a domain name. My license and everything is connected to the domain. Because that's my business. That's where it's at. When I get brick and mortar, if he knows what that is, chances are he probably doesn't. When we get brick and mortar, then we would transfer half of it to brick and mortar and the other half will still remain on the website. Oh, do we not read documents? I don't think we read documents. Why is that thing so blurry? Oh, it is a white screen. That is, we got to give this thing a name. I can't be calling it the 15%. I got to give it some kind of name at the end of the day. This is a black screen that turns gray screens different colors. That's the paint we just made. We made the advanced version of a Metallica mix. So now we have against that technology. Let me see. As you can see, turns the screen yellow. Yep, 15% technology. Got to call it something. All right, stands here because we got the projector here shooting through the water. So if they wanted a lights out demonstration, we can see flames underwater right now. See, picks up 50 lumens. And they wanted to see it push through the water. When you have it on the side, the problem is it does make connection with the side. But it comes up blurry on the side, picks up sharp. This is the best way to show a submersive setup. So I can't tell you too much, but yeah, I'm going to definitely sign an NDA. I saw some blueprints on what they're doing. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Can we get adjustments here? Sheesh. That's the fun part right here. 4K screensaver, koi fish. So, yep. Somebody once said in their YouTube video that thank goodness I'm not him because he's forced to do that. Interesting. I get the chance to do a lot of cool stuff every day. I don't think I'm forced. I think I'm pretty good. My job is not boring. It's the same thing day after day. At least I can go outside and play. – . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . koi fish underwater. Pretty cool, huh? That's an Aztec. Well, now we got to give them nicknames. It doesn't have Aztec anymore. So it's Sun Vision technology, something crazy. So when people see our technology, they think of the possibilities of what they can do. Notice how it's not projecting out the water bottle? It cancels out because the water bottle can't read it. And I got a black version of that I want to drop in here too. I'm going to show you exactly what happens with that. We got a black version of this technology. Different ones we're testing. I would probably, if I'm doing this, projectors going up, I would go with the invisible black technology. I actually forgot we got a blue one. We already have a blue one and we have a clear one that can cloak underwater. It's designed to cloak underwater. But the black ones, yeah, no projection, nothing can push through. Only the image, the projection will push your lamp flare, it stays in another direction. So those are nice for just submerging underwater. But if you want something clear where you can't see it, we can make them crystal clear. But it takes a different type of setup to do that, which I can't go into that and explain in that one. You see, every time we turn our camera on, it's always something new, because that's the way it's supposed to be. If you are good at engineering screen paints, you should have multiple demonstrations on different types of setups for your screens. Not the same thing over and over again, just squeaking past to try to get something. No, you shouldn't be doing that. And even in the dark, let me sit down here. We can turn a gray screen yellow. And mind you, my projector is only 300 lumens. This is a technology you're designing. One of the black screens we're designing by the same technology you saw that absorbed outside, that has the ability to turn gray screen. Any screen that lays against it, it sucks the light source out of it. That's what it does. It changes it. That screen turns yellow. They're unwatchable. So you can just say, maybe that's the big flagship. This is the Planet Destroyer. This thing does things at that one right there at a different scale. Each one of the ad techs we call, where the 67s of the ad techs had different abilities. This one can alter a screen. That's 300 lumens. Yeah, easy. Alter it. Change it. That means your colors don't read, your white levels don't pick up. If your white levels fail on your screen, everything else falls in place with it. You can't read contrast next to this technology. It's black. It reads an Infinity 1 or Infinity 2 now we have one thing. It reads an ultra black level, so you can't keep up with its contrast levels. Your white levels, which is the only thing that you have left for your screen to survive, and it takes that away too. So once your white levels are stripped away, what do you have left? Your screen is absolutely, completely useless. That's what that does. It renders the screen useless. And we've done this test on dark certified, failed. We've done this demonstration on several different light gray paints, failed. This is the upgrade version of the Metallica mix, what we call the real Metallica mix, because it actually has silver in it, failed. So, we gave this warning out years ago. Great projection screen makers, gunmetal, wherever you make it in the day, this is the one that will end you. You lay your screen against this, you won't recognize it, trust me. You know, you can't get mad about it. We've warned you for years about this. How long have we been talking about ad tech? How long have we been bringing up ad tech? We brought up ad tech multiple times, right? In multiple conversations about what ad tech does, right? And your guys sat back and thought that we were idiots and we didn't know what we were talking about and we're this and we're that, right? That's what you thought, right? Now you got a screen showing dozens and dozens of videos. Those videos, I told you, my videos pop up so fast. 8 minutes on a stream, and I was already on Google broadcasting. This video right now is broadcasting on Google right now as we speak. I don't have to close up and basically, no, it loads that fast because I tweak the search engine optimizer. You know, when you go into these domain sites, you go into these browsers, you have to know how to submit a domain name application. I know how to do all that stuff. So I tweaked mine to the point that the minute a video pops up, it goes everywhere. So that's why I said when we got people who come in and think at the end of the day that, oh, because no one's in here, that he's not, no one's, you have got to be kidding me. That's why I designed these things. So the minute I pop on YouTube, I broadcast everywhere. Yeah. Now we're going to be doing campaigns on the most powerful game, which is ILEG, Infusion Light Energy Game. We got tons of demonstrations to back it up. I plan to have over 100 demonstrations completed on the screen, on everywhere in Allentown. I'm going to be all over the place with that technology. Naming it and dubbing it the best technology on the planet. There's an open challenge on it for all screens. It's literally in Google. It pops up. It tells you there's an open challenge on that technology for any company worldwide to challenge our technology. Here's the thing. Can you guys do that? You can't do that because your stuff doesn't work. Only we can do that. We can back ourselves up. Matter of fact, investors coming over to the park to see this thing. They saw the demonstrations. They're like, good gracious, you got something like that over there running like that? Like, yeah, we do. They want to come over and see it. They can come over and see it and look at the screen themselves. I'll make $1 million right there on the spot. But right now, I'm not interested in investors. I'm interested in something else. I don't want anyone's money to put my product together. I want to put it together with my own money only. And then I'll take investors. That's what people do. They get investors to fund their projects. We don't do that. We fund our own projects. Then we take investors. And these investors will have probably roughly, I say, we don't need anything from them, honestly, to tell you the truth. But I mean, if they want to add a few things in there, I don't mind at the end of the day. But you're not going to have 95%, 65%, 85%, 35%. Nowhere in there. You're at somewhere between under 5%. That way you have no control over our company. We control everything. No board of directors. That'll never happen because that's a bad idea. They can vote you out of your own business and take it from you. That's not going to happen. Definitely not doing stock. That's the last thing I want to do after seeing that fiasco go down. No way in the world. I'm good. I'm going to keep it small. Keep my capital small. Keep my group of people I work with small. The reason why? Lower the capital. You don't have to worry about your company imploding. I study all these different companies, and I realized that these companies imploded and went out of business because they stretched themselves too thin. You know, you have that capital where you can collect off a bank. You can collect so many million here, so many million there, and you stretch yourself too thin. What happens if we have a recession? What happens if this happens? You owe all this money to all these different banks, these institutions. You spread yourself too thin. And this is where they start having these slashing of sales and trying to come up with new product. And they just sink. That's what happens to them. And next thing you know, chapter 11. Keep it small. Keep it simple. That's why if you notice, the mom and pops outlive the corporations. They do. Again, a mom and pop been around for years, and the corporations, they don't even last. Some of them don't even last that long. Mom and pops outlast corporations any day. They're smart. Does one need that much money? I feel I don't need that much money. I really tell you the truth. I was trying to keep this on a level where we didn't have to mass produce, but now looking at the technology, we're going to have to mass produce on that level. Well, good thing about it is I get to work around other people, my own people at the end of the day, so that's fun. That's definitely fun all the time. Trust me, my people are funny as I don't know what. Yeah, I put pennies in there to get the sink at the end of the day. I'm going to put the black one in there. Let me get the black one, guys. Yeah, I forgot we gotta get the sand with us. And right now, I'm doing some testing on this. But I wanted to see if my adapter through here would read through there. It should. Let me see something for a minute. It's my grip, and I hit the floor, and the angel of mercy. That's the other surface we have right there. That's one we had hanging on the ceiling. Pretty soon I'll have my new warehouse, a place where I can work. And yes, I'm installing a sliding board. I'm definitely getting a sliding board. You'd be crazy not to get a sliding board in there. Get me a sliding board, people. That's us. That's us right there. Hello, how you doing, people? That's us right there. You are on my screen, people, and live. Live on the ad tech. Yep. Foot's in the air. Yeah. Take a look at the whatchamacallit. That's my projector over there. Hey, let's get my screen. Oh, we can broadcast, record what we're doing as we broadcast what we record what we're doing. That's crazy, isn't it? Like in some kind of alternate universe right now. That's how I feel right now. I bet you I'm repeating everything twice. It's like echoing over there. It's echoing over here. There's my computer's over there. Oh, what happened? All right, good. I need for this to read because I got to take this outside and play around with it today. That's why. All right, cool. That works. So we're taking this projector out today, and we're taking what are we taking out there today? We can't take that yet because there's some way to set that thing up. But it's huge, and I got some place to carry, so that's why I got to get in the bag. And the bag won't be here. So yeah, all our mail just got redirected. We redirected all the mail not because of those jokers. So that's been taken care of. Matter of fact, I got a contact up today too. More stuff I got to take care of again because people don't know how to be adults at the end of the day. Got to go get that taken care of today with the Baltimore police. Anyway, all mail's being redirected because the way the post office drops off packages. I mean, I didn't know post office delivered on Sunday. I had no idea. I look up, I got a package coming through. I'm like, wait a minute, on a Sunday? Sure enough, what happens? Package is left on the side of the building. What happens if you leave a package on the side of the building, out in the open? Somebody takes it. That's what happened. Someone took our package. So now I got to contact Amazon, explain to them what happened, and they'll apologize about it. They'll send me out another package, but this time we request for it to be shipped by Amazon. This is the part that gets me about Amazon. It's bugging the crap out of me. You have a billion-dollar industry. Why are you using the United States Postal Service to ship packages? You know the convenience of getting stuff shipped by Amazon? The little truck pops up on your map. You can see exactly where it's at, like it's 5 steps away, 10 steps away. That gives you enough time, whatever you're doing, be outside before we get to 2 stops so you can get your package. But you hand stuff off to the United States Postal Service that doesn't have that option, you don't know when this truck is going to pop up. And especially if they're popping up on a Sunday? I didn't even know they delivered mail on Sunday. And then they just leave it out in the open. You know what's going to happen to it if you leave it out in the open. Someone's going to steal it. That's what's going to happen to it. At least put a tag up there and take it back. Because that's how it used to be. They put a tag up there, and you would find out exactly what facility was at. Show up, pull out your ID, get your package. No, they just leave it out there now. So now it gets stolen. You're just helping the porch pirates at the end of the day. So now I contact Amazon. I've been with Amazon over 14 years, and I'm a big Prime member anyway down there. And so they send me out another one. And then I request, can you do me a favor? Can you send it out by Amazon? They go, oh, sure, we'll send it by Amazon. Well, here's the kicker. If you can send it by Amazon by my request of calling in because the package is missing, why didn't you send it by Amazon to begin with? If that was the option to do so. What the freak do I pay for that whole Prime service? You know that whole Prime service you pay for, that $14, whatever service you pay for? It's not just for TV and all that stuff. It's for the Prime service of shipping, of having the guarantee that their stuff is being shipped by them. So what's the point of me paying for this $14 a month for Prime if you're not utilizing with my orders? I got to be inconvenienced. I got to go back and order this stuff all over again because of this freaking headache. Gee whiz Louise. That's why we're getting all mail redirected to a business post office mailbox. Now, these are not the small ones you put letters in. These are actually big boxes. So something you can put a small car in. You have to go to a different location for those. That way, all our stuff can go there. We know exactly where it's at because it's right there. Boom, post office and box. That's it. No traveling around, none of that. I can just go pick it up. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm getting everything redirected. So address and everything is going to change. Or a post office box. Man, gee whiz Louise. I've lost so much stuff, man, with that dumb nonsense. Yeah, don't believe in graphic cards, video cards, freaking motherboards, all kinds of stuff we lost. Because for some reason they keep sticking it outside. stress and frustration we got to go through sometimes, I swear. Let me see what that one is. Let's go over to Skyworth food demonstration. What are they giving over here? Nothing, not even close. Skyworth food demonstration. There we go. See what I mean? We got to give this thing a nickname. We don't even have a name for it yet. We just call it 15% because that's what it is. It's 15%. It's a black invisible version of that one over there. Now, gray screen, just so you know, forget it. Any screen, just so you know, this thing right here is no joke. And you know what it's designed to do? You can't compete with the contrast, so that's virtually impossible. Ambient light rejection technology embedded, anything that's an ILE, you won't be able to touch it. You already know that from the door. So the only thing you have on your screen that you can claim that it does, that it pulls a higher white level, and you don't even get that. I think my Lord got tired of these gray screens making false statements about the blessings that he's given to his Christians. He don't like that kind of stuff. So we have this. Because people have made some dumb statements, and I guess the Lord said, here you go. I got something for them. Let's go back to our beginning. I can see that black there. You can't read it. You see the color change? Let me have my mouse over here. Really? This is why I don't like dealing with cords. Because I can't just pull something over and be done with it. You see the color change? Your color is completely thrown off center. And your cinema bars are coming in gray. Your cinema bars are supposed to be black at all times. Now, you see the color of the pans? See that yellowish tone? That's a yellowish tone. See that yellowish? You're supposed to have a shiny. Those pans aren't copper. And if they were copper pans, they'd be that color. Copper pots and pans. But they're not. They're silver pans. So they shouldn't be that yellowish tone. See the background of the wall where the pans are sitting at? Look at the screen, the gray screen. And that's the one with the mica. That's the one we upgraded. And it doesn't work. See, everything has that yellowish tone attached to it. See the cutting board? See the natural wood here? See how it looks yellow there? Yeah, alters and changes the screen. So your screens can't function correctly. It all makes them give them a kind of a yellowish, brownish tint to it. Now, mind you, that thing peaks at 100%. Man, that's it. It's going to suck the life source out of the screen, which now we got to figure out how to call a screen something that's designed to suck the life source out of another screen, which is interesting. But anyway, let's move on. Now, see that right there? Let's go back to this right here. See that? See what it did to the screen? See how it gave it a yellowish look to the gray screen? See how our colors come up natural, pick up 100% black level? You can't pick up the black level, it comes up gray, it turns your screen yellow. See? Easy. Now, see the color? They're supposed to be green, not yellow. See that? Yeah, you can't pick up color next to this either. Throw your color off too. Calibrating won't help you. It won't help you at all. It'll throw your colors clean off. I'm going to show you something right here. Discoloration. See that? Your colors clean off. Look at the color of the I guess that's I have no idea what that is. I think got it off the top, artichoke or whatever it is. Kiwi. It could be a kiwi over there, but look at it. Throws your colors clean off. Yeah, this is the screen we're talking about. It's the one that basically, this one you can't touch. This one right here is designed to just destroy your stuff. Now imagine which one you want to go against. This one or that one. This one plays out in the sun too, but not as well as this one. This one is a whole different form of technology. Each one does something different. It's like someone giving you 30 Pandora boxes. Which one you want? Either one, none of them is going to be a good outcome. Look at that. Contrast level, you're not going to be able to read that. That's not going to pull up. And again, see that piece of silver? The yellowish tone on your screen. You're not going to pick up a natural silver on the tongs. I thought I'd bring this one back because some people need reminders. People need reminders about what's coming for them. And it's not one person. I don't want that one person thinking that, oh, this is all about me. It's not about you. It's about everybody. Everybody. And say it with me, Mr. Fernando. Everybody. Do you understand that? It's not all about you. The world doesn't wrap and evolve around you. If you don't wake up, the sun doesn't pull up, and the sky doesn't basically display stars, the world does not revolve around you. It's for everybody. And you know why we say that? Because anytime we do something like this, now this is your product at the end of the day. Well, actually, no, it's our product because we upgraded it. It's mine because you were supposed to put mica into this. You can't call something Metallica if it doesn't have any metallic in it. How does that work? That's like saying it's orange paint and it's red. But it's red. But no, but technically it's orange paint. No. You have to have that in there. Now you see where the corn came up discolored? See how it doesn't have a natural color to it? That's not the color of corn on your paint. Well, sorry, our paint, which is still your paint, but it's our paint, our upgraded version of it. See how badly that looks? This is why I wouldn't even dare sell gray screen paint. Because it doesn't work. It's an obsolete product. Compared to the technology we have today, that stuff doesn't run correctly anymore. It's a budget paint. It's for people who can't afford the more higher advanced screens. That's what it is. Like the white screens. People get white screens, two versions of white screens. One, they're just finding out about projection. They think the projector is going to fix the problem, and it's not. That's the rude wake-up call they find out later on. Or they just can't afford higher screens. Gray screen is supposed to be a little bit more of an improvement to white screen. Gray screen is not in the category of gunmetal. It's not in the category of black screens or darker screens. And again, I can't explain this to Mr. Fernando. You can't make a dark gray mix. Why? We've had your stuff down here, man. Dark gray screens, the benefit of a dark gray screen is contrast, better color, and the white levels drop a little bit. But that color and contrast picks up. And another one, a part of the screen is very, very important, is the ambient light rejection capabilities, because it has the ability to absorb more light. You literally put on a label, your stuff is not ambient light rejection. So you don't even know what your stuff does. In one video, you're saying it is, and the next video, you're saying it's not. What is it? Don't know. He just uses certain words. I guess he says something different to each customer to get money out of them. If a customer needs to use it in a church and affiliate environment, it's ambient light rejection. If it's using with a customer who basically is going to be in a dark environment, ambient light rejection is not important. We don't require it at all because the screen. Yeah, I heard that nonsense already. You don't know what you're doing. You're flip-flopping. Got to stick to it. Look at that. Look at that discoloration, man. And this is an upgrade version. This is better than the one he has. And it still failed miserably on our product. Look at that. Look at the corn. Look how badly detailed the corn came out. Look at it on our technology. And look at that on that one. Look how bad. That's what you're seeing all day. That orangey look to your screen. That's why I said if you're on camera talking about yellowish tone, I will show you your product reacting in a yellowish tone. That's a yellowish tone, people. I see it all the time in screens, especially when they're trying to pull contrast. That orangey look to it, you'll see it all the time. And the shine, look at the shine on the corn here, and look at it here. Yeah. Waste of money, waste of time. So this is the black screen we're going to be having pretty soon that will allow you to put your ultra short throw behind your screen and pick up true colors without calibrating, without expensive projectors will not be required or not needed. You will pick up an infinity contrast level regardless of your projector's capability. Unlike other people who claim you're going to pick up a contrast level, but they're stuck in the dark. And yes, you'll be able to set this next to a window. Produce sunlight, whatever, right through it. It's not going to mess the screen up. It's going to produce perfectly with no problem. Oh, my goodness. White screen. We scream, they scream. We all scream for ice cream. We scream, they scream. We all scream for ice cream. Scream, ice cream, ice cream. See that? The screen comes up yellow. Doesn't even read a proper white level next to our technology. Now mind you, for all those, now it's him involved because that's his paint up there. We just made an upgrade version of it. We didn't make an upgrade. We made it the way it's supposed to be mated. You can't say it's a Metallica mix and there's no Metallica, no silver. That's gray paint. That's what you have, gray paint. Not Metallica, no silver, whatever. I don't know where he came with that idea. But anyway, this screen is only 15%, as I told you before, it's only 15% completed. We're not on a high power projector. We're on a QME projector at 720p, 300 lumens, that's it. We go higher up, but it doesn't help you. We've done higher up projectors, ultra short, though your screen still, the gray screens turn yellow. They do. They don't pick up correctly. We tried certified gunmetal, they don't read. We tried gunmetal, they don't read. Because the screen basically alters and changes the screen right from the door the minute it touches it. It's 15%. When this thing reaches 100%, I will turn your screen into a white sheet of paper. You have my word. This is designed to suck the life source out of your screen. I don't care what your gain is at the end of the day, 0.8, 0 out, it doesn't make a difference. It'll draw your screen and make it dark. I have to give it a name. It literally needs a boss level name. It does. It needs a boss level name. Not called vampires. No, vampires are evil things. No, we don't do that. No. It's Christian technology. We have to get a name of some kind of a star that's designed to absorb other stars. Anyway, that's fun, right? Okay, what do we got here for time? Yeah, good. Really, nothing really to talk about in this demonstration. I just brought up a few things. That's basically about it. Wanted to show that off right there. With the test, to make sure that's picking up over there so we can get that outside today to play around with that on the big boy projector and then show off this 15%er over here, which we got to give it a name. Can't call it 15%er. Toggle. Are you going to attack your tail again? Uh-oh, he sees something. Anytime I watch him and he sees something, means he sees something. Look at his head moving back and forth. Or whatever is dead. He kills everything anyway. Kills bugs, everything. Anything comes in, he kills whatever. Look at the studying that they do. Cats are interesting creatures. You tell animals don't think. Animals think all day long. Cats are big thinkers. There, look at him. It's not worth my time. I will execute it later. I can always track it later. I have that capability. Ain't that right, Taco? You got that capability? You can track it later. Just pick up the scent while passing and go I'll track it later. Yep, got that ability, baby. Bam. All right, so that's basically about it. Yeah, we are dubbing our screen paint most powerful, well, actually all our products, most ILEG is the most powerful gain on the planet. I know you got people out there, feathers are getting ruffled. Then feathers, watch your channels. Their feathers are getting ruffled. They're getting ruffled. They're going to start calling, oh, it's fake, it's fake. That's kind of hard to do. I'm out and about a bunch of people. You know how people walk around that park? That's really hard to do. How would I be able to accomplish that? I'm outside. It'd be easier to be inside behind closed doors and try to fake a demonstration. But when you're outside, there's so many people looking at your screen, it's not even funny. If that thing doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's no way in the world I can pick it up on camera. Every bum will see it would not work. What am I using? Some kind of magic trick? Well, let's put it this way. If we catch you, you know the rules already. It's called slander, defamation. If we catch you, they start off at $1 million, so you know that. All right? But anyway, yeah, we can go anywhere you want. Once this technology we have here changes the game for us completely, because now we're not stuck inside anymore. You know what I mean? I don't have to spend the money for like $40 an hour, $60 an hour. I can go anywhere I want. Allentown is our playground now. We can go anywhere we want with this technology. And I am. When I get the bag and everything set up, we get the buddy system put in here. We can carry around a portable buddy power station. We're going anywhere we want to go. So I'm going to be taking pictures of all the landmarks they have down here, doing our demonstrations right there. That'll be posted to our website. So any company comes in and go, wait, you were there? Like you were over there, over here? Heck, we can have the business meeting out there. And for the ambient light rejection technology, it is now obsolete because you can't compete with us. Anyone with the ambient light rejection screen, any certified company, anybody who has ambient light rejection technology, can you be outside with us today? Can you match us outside today? Now, mind you, if you notice in my demonstrations, we're not in the shade. We're out in the open. The one thing, the area where the trees were at, that's what was bugging me about the trees. I was like, man, I got to be out in the open. I don't want any trees, nothing over top of me. Then I was looking at the bench over, and I was like, it's got outlets. So when it popped open, there was outlets right there. Thank you, Jesus. Open it up. We're out in the open. That's what I want to be, out in the open. So the new demonstrations we're going to start doing with that surface right in the middle of a baseball field. There's nowhere to run. Right out there. And that's when the challenges start. It's when we start challenging ambient light rejection screens. On the site that we're building, the section we're talking about the most powerful game in the world, we are going to post our demonstrations out in the open, and we basically challenge any screen, I don't care where you're at on the globe, to match and better our demonstrations. Now, people who make screen paint products, can you say that from your mouth? No, because you know why? You'll wake up somebody like me. And you're not ready for people like me. That's why you can't make those statements. Only we make those statements. That's why we can call our technology the mother of all screens, because we can go where we want to go. Can you say that? Can you say, I go where I want to go? You don't. Man, this thing is going to be a cakewalk inside. And inside, we're just going to use 300 lumen projectors, because it's going to be too easy. We're going in with 1600 lumens inside in a commercial environment. That's going to be a cakewalk in there. It's no point. That's just showing off. We can go in with 300 lumens of pico. Pop up. So this is what I'm picking up right here for myself. I can put my stuff in there. All my stuff fits in that bag right there. And I got a portable screen I can just take with me, or we can just take one of our samples and just hit it against the wall and we're done. That's it. Yep. So for getting to the customers, if you're tired, oh, they got 24 by 36, 24 by 36. What's a 24 by 36? Because that's, I'd rather go a little larger, because that might be a little bit of a snug fit, because that's 24 by 36. That might be a bit of a snug fit, 24 by 36. What do you want for 24 by 36? 24 by 36 is 45. As Mod just paid for the 36 by 48, you know what I mean? We might have to put two of them in there. We might have to put some other stuff in there besides that. So I think I just want to go with that. I can take that. And it's waterproof, which, again, doesn't make a difference because technology is waterproof. But yeah. So yeah, we're dubbing our technology as the best gain in the world. Now, anyone else who feels at the end of the day, since the page you're building for it, you feel that we're wrong on this, you're more than welcome to take on our challenge. Mind you, we're picking up at 300 lumens. Hope you're ready for that. And keep in mind, the reason why we're not going to get any challenges on that, because I've watched everybody. I watch hours and hours of demonstrations of screens supposed to be able to operate in fully environments in sunlight, all that, and I see a lot of corner cutting, a lot of corner cutting. I see people claim they say our products can work in sunlight, and your screen will be across the street, and sunlight will be on the other side, or it'll be a cloudy day. Oh man, I get so sick and tired of seeing those. Cloudy day, every single time, cloudy day. Like they just find a cloudy day and do a demonstration. This is one of the projectors inside the building. Mind you, keep in mind, the projector we showed in the demonstration was never inside of a building. It's outside at 300 lumens. That's where you're going to have to be at. So if you're used to these particular projectors and environments you have to be in, you won't make it. Yep. I think I'm going with this. I'm going to brighten all this up. I got videos I got to put here pretty soon. This is going to have to explain right there. And then I got to do another section in here. Is this a whole section? This is a section right here. All right, then we got to expand this. Got to do some work in here today. And I got to be down City Hall to show them the new demonstrations. And I got to contact the fellow that's in here because you asked me about outside. Can it run outside? And there you go, outside on 300 lumens. So that means now anywhere. That means all those sports bars I was passing by that have those TVs outside, they can put 150-inch out there, that technology. And watch the game out there next to a fire pit while drinking a beer. For the customers at the end of the day, when I was talking to the guy out there, I said, imagine being able to go in your house, have a 150-inch screen, 235 display right there in front of you, have another screen, because the technology is going to be very affordable. And the projectors are not expensive, so you can buy 8 or 9 projectors for what you pay for a P2. You can buy enough projectors to do your house, your business, but you pay for a P2. So, yeah, you won't need all that. You see the sharpness and images we get off a 720p projector, so yeah, you won't need all that stuff. So with that being said, you can come out. So can you imagine coming to your house, turning your screen right next to a bay of windows, pops on. Then you go outside on your patio or your deck or wherever, outside in the back or whatever, and you can watch a screen out there at 150 inches, watch the football game off it, movies, sports, whatever you want, outside. And your projectors cost you next to nothing. See, gentlemen, that's what we push for. The future. Not stuck in dark environments, faking demonstrations, but fake games. Let me see. I'm going to change this one over here real quick because I got to get this done. Now, people say, who do you speak by when I say gentlemen? We like to be polite, all right? They call me idiot, fool, whatever, I don't know. But we like to be polite, so we call them gentlemen. Even though they treat me like garbage and they call me nasty names and do nasty things about me and my body and all that stuff on the YouTube channel, we still try to be respectful and call them gentlemen. From time to time, we do call them idiots because they do some really dumb stuff. I mean, really, really dumb stuff. They send me the dumbest emails on, I have no idea how these people function. Like, we know it's you. You know that we know it's you from the door. We just block you and move on. They write these long books. Who the freak's reading that rant at the end of the day? You just block it, move on. So this is what's going to happen because I'm bringing this crew in. When you send us one of those emails, we respond back by sending something to your address because we'll ping you. We'll have your address and all your information, no time at all. I'm bringing people on board, a security unit on board. They're IT boys. They're the IT guys, boys, what are they going to call themselves in a day? I don't know what they're going to do. But that's going to be their section in there. Their section is to monitor all that stuff. Anything that comes in, whatever. So you send something nasty over, you'll receive a letter in the mail from us. How did I get my address? It's a digital age, baby. You should know that by now. They'll find you. And they'll send it right out to you. And yes, they are all certified. Which means, bottom line, they can do that. That's what they're hired for. They're designed to cut down. All companies have them. They have an IT team that's designed to cut down any kind of malicious malware or anything that may come in, spy or whatever. They monitor all that stuff. Did you know that? So when you go out and send dumb stuff to companies, that's how they're able to track you down and figure out where you're coming from. They hire people to do that. And that's what I'm bringing on board. I got a lot of friends that are like that. So, hey, I can get them a paycheck, get them more money, get them paid vacations and whatever they want in the day. And all you have to do is come in and just protect my company. That's it. So if you guys want to go in and send stuff in, you're not going to get any response back. The only response back you're going to get is one day you're going to look up and you'll see something in your mail. It's going to be a letter from my company. I would suggest you open it and read it. Now, some of you may get cease and desist orders, and some of you might get flat-out lawsuits. So all that hidden behind fake emails and stuff, yeah, you can forget all that nonsense. We got a security company right now that monitors our emails. You know, we never get your stuff. It all ends up in junk. They redirect it to junk, so we never get it. I have to go into junk to find your stuff. Your stuff never makes it to our web, to our no matter what you send, it doesn't make it. They redirect it. That's why we paid for it. Anything that comes across that seems too hostile and threatening, they save it. They put it on file for court. Put it into a document for court. So we can bring it up and use it against you in a courtroom. And Mr. Williams, we have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of emails from you. So this does not go well for you because now we have evidence. We pinged your IP address. That's how I went back and I told him, I said, you're using Xfinity they get free Xfinity? And she said, yes, they do. I said, yeah, because we pinged his, whatchamacallit, he was using the computer he was sitting on. He was using that exact computer he was sitting on to send those messages to us. We bounced it. We figured out exactly where you were coming from. And when you mentioned projects, I was like, wait a minute, projects. And we looked at the address, it all linked together. It just came together so well. And then we basically just Googled it, his address popped up exactly on every single one of those letters. Oh, by the way, we mailed them off too. Those letters are on their way. We sent them some bunch of them back over there. So we addressed letters to the owner, we addressed letters to caseworkers, we addressed letters to the leasing department, all of them. Even the security of the security unit, they all got it. Everybody got those letters that he sent over here, the exact letters, with his handwriting and everything on it. They just got them. I mailed that stuff off already. It'll be there in no time at all. And I addressed it to the person we were talking to in the leasing office who's taking all the mail from us. And we're sending it over to him. He sent us an email. So you remember I showed you in there, I showed you all the different conversations we were having back and forth with them, all the pictures and stuff we're sending to them. Yeah, that shows Baltimore Police Department that we've been having an ongoing conversation with the building he's in. And this is the evidence that we've been sending over to them. So that same evidence that we have, when we contact the detectives unit at around 9 o'clock, which I have to be out of here at 9 o'clock, I'll have to contact them and get a forwarding email where we can send that stuff that we sent to them over to them. They're going to contact them to confirm on basically on what we sent to them, and of course they're going to confirm it. They're not going to lie about it because they're not trying to protect this guy. So they're going to let them know that, hey, look, we're in the process of an eviction if they haven't done it already. And yeah, this is true. We back this. That's why would they lie? So we got your building backing us on the criminal charges we're filing against you because, again, they can't lie and say, oh, we never had that conversation. We literally have a list of stuff we're talking to them back and forth. We have the email address of the person of the leasing office that we're contacting back and forth. So they're not going to be, they're not the type of people who are going to sit there and go, oh, no. They're going to say, yeah, we've had that person contacted us about that. So they're a vouch for that. So we can have you arrested. Now, the reason why you haven't been arrested, Mr. Williams, because I'm a busy person. I'm a very busy man. Unlike you, I work. I'm a busy person. So I'm always doing this and always doing that. And if there's a day I sat there one time on camera and said, oh, shit, I forgot I was supposed to call that. Oh, shit, I was supposed to call that. I forgot to call that. Because I've been so busy working on stuff. But I promise you today, I will take time out today for you and Fernando to contact those authorities and get it taken care of. You have my word on that. I'll make sure I have time in my day to get it done. Because we need to forward that and need to forward all this other stuff over to, where's the control number? All that over to the police over there and get all that taken care of. Because no one has time for that nonsense. You can see I'm busy. I'm always working on something, always doing something. You know, I got stuff to do. You know, I got a whole lot of stuff on my plate. And I got to deal with people who do not know how to be adults. So since you don't know how to enjoy your freedom, then you don't need to have it anymore. That's the way I see it. You can't be out here with the rest of us as society that are doing productive things with our lives and trying to give back to society to do things better, to make this a better living place. You'd rather just go out and just do destructive, nasty things to other people. You don't want your freedom. So since you don't want your freedom, I'll take it away from you. You don't need it, no problem. I'm going to contact these law enforcement officers in both of these branches in both of these states and put down the information that we have and get a warrant or have an officer come by your house for an arrest. Mr. Fernando, you know the control order we have behind us. If an officer in your section, we show clear evidence that we filed with immigration because we've been having some horrible problems with you. We show our police records that every single one of those records has a scan. It has a scan showing the evidence of the crimes you committed against us next to each report. We can have you arrested. Yeah. And now because of that order behind us, it's in California. You know what's going on in California. We can have officers at your front door today. Because we can prove this. The one thing you're going to have to prove when they get there, when the officers get there, that you are documented. You're going to go through, they're going to show your police report, showing in your police report that you committed crimes. We have charges filed against you over in Allentown Police Department. I'm going to forward that over there to them to show them the problems that we're having. So they got to bring you in on that. There's a lot in there. They have to bring you on that. But on top of that, they're going to ask for ID. And if your ID is not presented, their next step is to call on the control number that we have right here, is to call that branch and let them know that they had someone here of interest, and that's when they come in. Homeland, or whatever they call them, and ISIS, I think ISIS is what they come in. They come in from there. Because they'll be the ones arresting you. So, I duplicated your page last night. And so that way we can show them your activity and how you've been carrying on and acting up of stalking my company, and just about everything else you could think of that's on there. So that's going to be used against you. Good gracious. I mean, come on. Common sense is common sense. Like I told you, the person don't care. You really don't care. Don't care about his family or anybody else. I don't know what this chip he has on his shoulder that he feels that he has to be a big, bad, tough guy at the end of the day. Well, let's tell you this way, where you're going at the end of the day, don't be the big, bad, tough guy. Big, bad, tough guy, if you don't have that capability, will get you hurt in a place like that. Don't go around acting like a tough. Trust me, people will test you. That's the best advice I can give you on where you're going. All right, what is this? Computer motherboard. What motherboard is that? Never seen that one before. I need a more of a daylight kind of Dead Sea. I don't think I'm going to go there. All right, let me see. We put down daytime. You didn't put anything down there for the search. Duh. I got people I got to meet with pretty soon. I got my business cards made. I had to get that done. I got things I got to do today. I don't have time for this dumb nonsense. You guys have got to learn to grow up. But you'll learn. Life is like that. Life has an interesting way of teaching you how to act right. That's why I tell people at the end of the day, if you don't curve and teach your kids, the world will teach them. You don't want the world teaching them. The world's a harsh and ugly place. It can be a nice place, yes, but in other ways it can be very harsh. You don't want your kids bumping into the wrong type of people because they don't know respect. I got that power. All right. Oh, these are perfect. These are perfect. Wow, gee whiz. That's a huge blow up on the screen. Blew up. I'm taking these right. I like these right here. Yeah, I like these. Is this another one? Is another background for us to do? Let's knock this background too right here. So at least I have these set up. Gee whiz, what are we gonna put? Oh yeah, I know we do. I got a nice little background to put on top of the background because you're not gonna be able to read all that bright stuff on here. Are we building this now? I'm just putting a set up page in. That's all I'm doing. Because I gotta drop videos and stuff on here and put a lot of stuff in there. Well, I gotta back all this stuff up. Anything I put on here, we gotta back up. So we gotta get that done, people. Back it up. On the sea. Oh, we got this. What's this right here? Oh man. Soft abstract texture. That reminds me of that stuff called Stuff. Yeah, Stuff. If you never saw that movie before, you missed out on a good one. You'll never eat yogurt again, or milk, or anything else whatsoever, because you'll think it's an alien parasite. Now, where's that image we had? The whole design to it. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy about having the technology anywhere we want. You know how much freedom that is at the end of the day? You have no idea how much freedom that is. And then the scenery changes. It's never boring because the scenery always changes. That's what I love about it. Just get up and just leave out the door. Now I was out there doing the demonstrations. A few people thought I have lost my mind out there. Like, what's he doing? That's kind of weird. It's always good to ask questions. Ask questions. That's how we learn things in life. Your mother ever taught you that in life? Your father ever taught you that? Ask questions. This is how you learn things. You gotta be like a Mr. Rogers out there to some people. Like, just learn, ask questions. Don't insinuate. Now, if you call the police, that's interesting because I know a lot of police officers. I'm in and out of City Hall all the time. I bump the cops all day long in there. I do. So, yep. I'm like, oh yeah, we know that guy. This guy does the screens and stuff. And then once my stuff blows up all over the place, they definitely don't know who I am. Which is kind of funny because people see me walk all around town. People say, hey, I've seen you over here, and I've seen you way over here and over there, like all over the place. I'd be all over the place now in town walking around. And I'd be like, man, that's the guy who designs the screens. Like, I had never known in a million years because I don't come off with that kind of person. Like, yeah, I'm the guy who's going to develop all the screens. Well, I don't want to talk about that. You would never know in a million years I'm that person. I don't bring it up. I talk about other stuff, you know what I mean? Never bring that up, ever. And you just have to figure it out for yourself. You're like, oh my goodness, that's too. Like the mayor incident. When I met the mayor, boy, I was freaking funny as I know. That was an interesting day right there. He was right there in front of me. He literally came off the elevator. Well, nice dress suits and everything. Real nice, sharp. Came up the elevator. I'm having a conversation. We're talking about going to Japan. And he said, I've never been to Japan before. He said he'd been to China before. He went to China. We're out there talking and everything. I'm like, oh, cool. He's a real nice person, man. He went out to go take care of some business. He rides a bike. You know, he doesn't drive a car. He rides a bike. That is freaking cool as I know what. So, yeah, he's a real humble kind of guy. Going out the door. And then these people came in and said, yeah, we got an appointment with the mayor. So we just left out. He'll be right back in. So, okay. And they go up to the 5th floor where the mayor's at. You can't go up there with the ID cards because, you know, he's up there. But anyway, so I was like, man, we didn't want to get a chance to meet the mayor. And everybody just looked at me like, I was like, what? What? You were just talking to him. I was like, what? So, yeah. She pulled out this magazine and showed me he was on the magazine. I was like, okay. I got to get a chance to meet with this guy. Because I got some stuff I want to run past him about some of the technology and stuff we're working on. Now, keep in mind, I just want to let you know real quick. And I have to say this for you naysayers out there. We got folders on you. I told you I had some people I brought on board to do background checks on everybody we can get our hands on who did things they weren't supposed to be doing. So you reach out to us, your information goes out. You contact anybody, they got your folder, your information, where you work at, the whole 9 yards, everything. So if they need to file charges against you for sending some faulty, fake emails and stuff like that, we can come get you. Yep, right back at you. Right back at you. So I just pass out your stuff, just like that. Now, if you contact over there, mind you, if you want to be dirty and that type of person, you can't be a man at the end of the day. You got to hide behind a cell phone and a computer and make false lies about people at the end of the day. It's only fair that your information gets put out there. Don't you agree? There you go. If you weren't doing anything dirty and nasty to begin with, then your information would not have to be out there, would it? No. So now you got to worry about who's going to pop up at your front door and bang on your door and go, law enforcement. Yeah, you don't want to hear that, do you? That's why you don't do dumb stuff. Mr. Fernando's stuff is everywhere. We went to pull up that sheet. Yeah, they got it here where he lives at, all his information. And Fernando, keep in mind, because you're the one who initially started the rumor, who started all this, you're going to get a bit of time from what everybody else is going to receive because you initially started it. So we redirect everybody to you. And the other people know, but mostly to you. Also, to your control order, they get copies of that too, showing that you're not exactly documented. So they get that information too. So you know that. And you're gonna be harassing people and hiding behind your computer and your YouTube channel. I think it's only fair that they know your information and everything about you. You can call it whatever you want. You're breaking the law. It is what it is. And I want that background. Where is it at? That pretty background. I'm getting past my time here. The Polaroid camera. That's in the camera they got in the game we're playing right now. Me and my buddy are playing. The game is so freaking pain in the. It's not pain in the butt. That rocket ship. God, I wish I never built that thing to begin with. Just stuck in some alternate world trying to find some kind of alien camera. What you call them? Cannon. Oh, my thing is freaking a headache, man. It's such a headache. I had to go on a forum site to figure out exactly what the heck was going on that level. I mean, that level. So it's not. It is complicated. It's like the equivalence of when you play Mario with the board's on fire and when you got to run through. It feels like that thing. I died. It's a good thing you got infinity and continues, because you're gonna need it. I died so many times on that thing. It has the weirdest name for a video game ever. But man, the game is freaking fun. It is so much fun. In this world to explore, it's freaking amazing. All right, people. I'm not gonna take up any more of your time. I know you got things to do today. We all do, don't we? I got to get all this done, get this taken care of, and get this finished, and then I have to get ready to start showing off our new packaging for the cinematic, because it has all new packaging on it. Plan to be out there today on the cinematic, playing around with that, having some fun. Get that done. Excuse me. And then we got the screens on the go. I want to be outside playing around with those two also too, on top of that. Most likely July, we're going to be doing the demonstrations outside in baseball fields, out in the open. Everything's going to be out in the open, no shade. That's why we want it to be out in the open. Showing off our new game capabilities, our new technology. And again, like I said, not challenging just certain people, because they make it about themselves. Everybody. We want a global challenge. This gives me a chance. Global challenge benefits us on so many levels. It gives us a chance to see what's out there. Maybe there's a company out there we don't know about that has capabilities like us. So it gives us opportunity. That's what it does. Technology learns from other technology. That's why you look at the history of technology, where it all started from. You start from just a simple signal to now you have simple phone line where you have telegram and all that stuff. You have the telegram, and then you have, before telegram it's carrier pigeon, and then it was telegram. But like I said, it all evolved into what we have now. Technology learns from other technology. That's how it works. And it has to be real technology. Because can you imagine if the inventors back then faked it? Can you imagine what we would be today if the inventors back then faked everything? Like aspirin, penicillin, stuff we need to survive. If they faked it all, if they lied, can you imagine how this would be horrible? It'd be absolutely horrible. It'd be absolutely horrible. And that's the reason why those fraud charges like that, those consumer fraud charges, they do not play around with those things, because again, you know, they don't want people making stuff up. That stuff is very serious at the end of the day. People think, oh, but it's just pain. No, it's serious at the end of the day. Imagine somebody lied on the inhalers that I got in my pocket, or maybe the heart medicine that goes to your mother, or maybe your kids could have some kind of machine that they use to breathe better. Maybe they lied on that equipment. It wasn't. Would you really want to go through that at the end of the day? Or maybe the brakes on your car. When you get up, you have any idea how much you trust your brakes on your car? Do you ever think about that? I mean, you already think about that. Think about how much trust you have in your brakes. Every day you get in your car, you stop, you go, you stop, you go. Those brakes are responsible for the reason why you come home at night. Because them things didn't work. You're gone. That's it. Your brakes don't work. Slam to the back of a tractor trailer. Final destination all day long. You know what's even more crazier? Your freaking windshield. Did you ever think about your windshield? I had this conversation with somebody. Did you ever think about your windshield? On how it's connected into your car? On how these things have to be tested? Do you have any idea how much force lays on top of your windshield when you're driving forward? And the more speed you pick up on your car, the more pressure's on that windshield. What keeps that thing from blowing in and taking your head off or decapitating you? So now you see why things are important, why they have to be tested, why everything has to be tested, down to the smallest thing to the largest thing has to be tested. Because as you're driving around up there, just imagine if your windshield were to disconnect and push inward, you're going. Thank God that people who developed that technology did not cut corners, right? There you go. Nobody was like, I can't drive now, man. You jack me, but your car is safe. And man, if it was, you'd have been gone a long time ago. If that was the case, would have been gone. You ever seen how they install windshield? It's quite interesting. There's no way in the world that thing's going to implode inward. The only way it's going to happen is somebody drop something on you. That's basically about it. But other than that, no. How many accidents do you hear about a windshield blowing back into the car? Yeah, there you go. They're really super rare. It's like the ability of seeing a colossal squid. A colossal squid versus a windshield blowing in. Yeah, it's rare. You just never hear that. You hear about something dropping on a car, yeah, but I've never even heard of that. 56 years old, I've never heard of a windshield blowing inward. I mean, if it's happened, it's probably a very rare, isolated incident that popped up. That's it. But, good thing they test. Good thing they put those little guys in there and they do all that testing on that car and those brakes over and over again and again and again. Because when you're in that car, you don't think about it. You got your kids in there, you got your loved ones in there, and you need those brakes. Those brakes have to work. So that's why testing is very important. And people who cut corners on testing get sued. We all know that. All right, I'm going to finish this up, get this thing done in here. I got to get a page on here, and I got to get some videos on here, something to start it. Because, again, like I said, these things are linked to my business card. Every time I flash one of these things, they're all through the pages and everything. All right, with that being said, hope you enjoyed well, I don't know what this is called, basically an update, whatever. We got 3 weeks left here. So, basically, after our 3 weeks is up, we're tearing this whole place down. And we're packing up, and we're going to our new place. So, yeah, I need a bigger place to build. We can't build here. This is what we build here. This is what we do. We can't build here. Do I need the office for work? No, the place has offices in it. That's why I chose a building that had already offices inside. I'm not the only office in there. I got other people in there going to be working there with me. They have to need this office space too. So, yeah. And for the naysayers sitting back and saying, oh, this is not going to happen, nah. Yeah, go get a life. Get a job, get something. Get a lawyer. Matter of fact, no, forget, just go get an attorney because you're going to need one pretty soon. But other than that, you have that technology. Can you go outside and do what we do? And guess what? That technology is worth money right now, a lot of money, because we're the only company now that has that type of technology. So if you think I'm not going to make any bread off that, you have lost your rabbit freaking Lucky Charms mine at the end of the day. That's just that jealousy nonsense. Yes. They're in here right now. The naysayers in here right now. Got a message for you. Lawyer up quick. I mean real quick. Because your time is running out, so you know that. Do you understand me? It's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? All right, well, I got things to do. I plan to be outside. They're not going to go outside because they can't go outside. Do we need to put some challenges on people to get them to go outside? No, forget it. What's the point? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time and video. They're not going to do it. It can't even operate inside. How are they going to operate outside in the dark as it is? One got lights behind the back of the screen and with a $3,300 projector. There's no way in the world he's going to get that thing to work outside. Oh my goodness. What the freak? All right, we got to put this whole thing in here while we feel that ambient light rejection. This is going to ruffle a lot of feathers. I'm looking forward to these challenges at the end of the day. We're going to post the ambient light rejection technology. It's an obsolete product. How many feathers do you think we're going to ruffle with that? Now, this is where it gets interesting. Real quick. Certified screens aren't designed for outside. But they don't survive inside either. Under the lighting we have in here, they don't pick up at all, period, in here. They can read, but next to our screens, they wash out. You saw that whole demonstration, they don't pick up in here. So, with that being said, how would they work outside? Now, we can't do that. You know why? Because that would get me sued. Because, again, their screens are designed for indoor. And for me to do a video of their screen outdoors, that would be technically going against what their product can do. Can't do. So, we can't do that. So, with that being said, that means we win. Yeah, because they can't beat us inside. They're definitely not going outside at 9 o'clock, so that's not going to work. I wonder why they have tested. And I can do my test offline, but I can't show anybody what we figured out. as long as I know at the end of the day. But I know they can't pick up because number one, their screens are not black, so that's going to be an issue. Oh, should have just thought about something. That new screen that Black Diamond has, that concept, whatever that thing is, we beat that screen at 15% because, again, that alters screens. And the other one, he can't operate that screen. Now, his requires an 8,000 lumen projector to operate on that screen inside. We have a 300 lumen outside. I need me a bigger captain's chair. I need me a giant captain's chair. To the brig! To the bridge. To the bridge. Yeah, because I thought about that. It requires 8,000. 8,000 to read. Inside. We're 300 lumens outside. That's a huge... Oh, I got to go to their site. We're going over to the site. We're setting sails over there. So this is why I got to finish this page right here. We're going to uplink the whole page and throw it over there. Here you go. Here's your little child. At 15%. We have to do that. That's interesting. Well, wins for everybody. Customers get an affordable screen. And how you think projectors will be made? Because now you don't need contrast anymore. And don't need high lumens anymore. How does that even work now? Not needed. That means projectors get cheaper. Because now what's going to happen is these big companies are going to be in competition with the 720p's. We can make the 720p's look absolutely incredible. So they're going to be in competition with that, which means they're going to bring those prices down. You can't sit there and go, oh, you can't have a 720p projector. It's not going to work well on your screen. You're going to have to spend the money. The higher more money you spend, the better. No, we don't need that crap anymore. I don't even need an HMI port. That thing doesn't have an HMI port on it. You don't need that. So I don't know how that's going to even work out. And if you do have a high-end projector, imagine what you're missing all that time. You spent all that money for that machine. Oh, I gotta show you some customer tests too. I got some customer test demonstrations on my phone. I got a post because now they allow you to do that. The whatchamacallit. That's some customers tested their stuff out. I'll show that when I get off of here. All right, people, gotta go. Gotta get this thing done. And I gotta be out 9 o'clock. Gee, time already that quick. We got phone calls to make. Gotta go, people. Thank you all, and God bless.